Welcome to Professor Goks TV. We are thrilled to have you join us today as we embark on an inspiring journey through Season 2, Episode 1 of our enlightening series, God Teaches Mathematics 2. We invite you to stay with us and enjoy this exciting exploration into the fascinating world of mathematics as seen through the lens of divine wisdom. Thank you for being part of our community, and we look forward to sharing this adventure with you. Welcome back to class, students. Today we'll continue our exploration of the history of mathematics as we began in Season 1. For those joining us today, in our last session, we discussed how mathematics is a divine subject bestowed upon humanity by God, who intends for us to apply its principles on earth as in heaven. Last week, we established that God inspired the creation of learning institutions so mankind could acquire the essential math skills needed for a successful life on Earth. We provided an example of this divine inspiration with the story of Moses, who was granted an Egyptian government scholarship, allowing him to learn the wisdom of Egypt. This knowledge equipped Moses to lead the Israelites out of Egypt and construct a tabernacle based on the blueprint shown to him by God. We also discussed how learning mathematics enables us to perform tasks that enhance business processes, such as setting prices of goods, generating identity cards for business employees, supporting government regulations like enforcing speed limits, and organizing aspects of daily life like budgeting, reading sports scores, and preparing recipes. Today, we will delve deeper into this subject and will address some common myths and misconceptions surrounding mathematics. A common misconception about mathematics is that men are inherently better at it than women. This myth is unfounded. In Genesis 5:1 through 2, we learn that when God created humans, He made them in His own likeness, creating both male and female and blessing them equally. This implies that while our genders may differ, our abilities and capabilities are alike. For example, all pilots, irrespective of gender, require basic math skills to operate an airplane. Although advanced math isn't necessary, understanding fundamental arithmetic, geometry, and simple trigonometry is crucial for tasks such as calculating weight balance, fuel consumption, and navigation. Pilots often need to make quick calculations in the cockpit, particularly for descent planning and fuel management. While modern technology, such as flight computers and apps, aids in these calculations, a solid understanding of the underlying principles remains essential. Female accountants, like their male counterparts, require a solid understanding of mathematics. While advanced math skills might not always be necessary, a strong grasp of basic arithmetic, algebra, and statistics is essential for analyzing financial data, preparing reports, and ensuring accuracy in accounting tasks. Accountants need to perform calculations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division to manage financial transactions, reconcile accounts, and prepare financial statements. They apply statistical concepts to analyze trends, identify patterns, and make informed decisions based on financial data. Although technology automates some calculations, accountants still require a foundational understanding of math to effectively use and interpret the results from these tools. Both female and male engineers require a strong foundation in mathematics, which is essential for all engineering disciplines, regardless of gender. Although some studies show a slight difference in average math scores between genders on certain standardized tests, this does not diminish the fundamental necessity of mathematical proficiency for anyone pursuing a career in engineering. While research suggests that women may be less inclined to enter engineering fields due to societal stereotypes and perceived lack of belonging in STEM, this does not indicate any inherent difference in mathematical capability. In fact, more women are pursuing STEM fields and making significant contributions. Ultimately, success in engineering, like any field, is determined by individual aptitude, dedication, and passion rather than gender. Both male and female nurses require a solid foundation in math to perform their duties effectively and safely, especially in medication administration. Math is crucial for nurses to calculate accurate medication dosages, ensuring patients receive the correct amount, whether through IV drips, injections, or oral routes. Monitoring and calculating fluid intake and output are vital aspects of patient care that demand mathematical skills, including conversions between units and measurement systems. Math skills are also necessary for nurses to read various types of thermometers, both digital and analog, and convert temperatures between Celsius and Fahrenheit scales. Additionally, nurses need to accurately document measurements and observations, which often involve numerical data. The notion that math requires logic but not intuition is misleading. As expressed in Philippians 2:13, "For it is God who works in us, both to will and to act according to his good purpose." This suggests that intuition, a gift from God, allows us to sense mathematical solutions or answers without fully comprehending how we know them until we reach the outcome. Intuition is the immediate understanding of something without the need for conscious reasoning, commonly referred to as a gut feeling or inner knowing in today's world. In a spiritual context, however, it is divine guidance from the Spirit of God, independent of logic or external information. This is possibly what guided the Wright brothers, who, despite being school dropouts, drew inspiration from God's creation, specifically birds and their wing movements and balance, and used this understanding to develop wing warping for controlling their aircraft. Before achieving powered flight, the Wright brothers carried out extensive research and testing, building and flying 7 machines, a kite and 3 gliders, 1900 to 1902, followed by 3 powered flying machines, 1903 to 1905. Their breakthrough flights on December 17, 1903, resulted from a unique problem-solving approach, combining observation, experimentation, and aerodynamics understanding. Additionally, the Wright brothers' crafting skills, honed through their bicycle-making experience, provided them with the practical knowledge necessary for designing a functional flying machine. Their perseverance and innovative spirit, along with the religious values instilled by their father, Bishop Milton Wright of the Church of the United Brethren in Christ, likely fueled their dedication and focus. The Wright brothers' journey exemplifies the power of creativity, perseverance, and the realization of pioneering ideas. Their successful flight was a historic milestone, paving the way for modern aviation. The idea that mathematics lacks creativity is a misconception. Genesis 2:24 illustrates God's design for marriage, stating that a man will leave his father and mother and unite with his wife, becoming one. This passage intriguingly employs the mathematical concept of two becoming one to describe the marital union. In marriage, two becoming one represents a profound spiritual and relational journey where two individuals covenant before God to form a unified entity. It highlights mutual commitment, selflessness, support, and growth, designed to reflect God's love and faithfulness. Today, we see this manifested as two individuals share a last name, merge their dreams into a singular purpose, unite to bring new lives into the world, and work together, making decisions as a cohesive unit. The concept acknowledges that individuals contribute unique strengths and weaknesses to the relationship, making them stronger together than apart. This demonstrates the inherent creativity in mathematics, where abstract concepts are applied to describe deep, meaningful relationships. Beyond the creative application of mathematics in the concept of marriage, humans have harnessed mathematics to develop tools essential for our daily lives. Have you ever considered how Google delivers search results with such speed? How Netflix predicts which shows you might enjoy? or how YouTube personalizes ads to match your preferences. Social media, streaming services, and search technologies utilize algorithms to understand your interests and customize their content and advertisements accordingly. Algorithms, which are sets of mathematical instructions, guide computers in extracting relevant information from vast data sets. These websites use the information they have about users to match it with data in their databases, providing content that aligns with the user's likely interests. Artificial intelligence, AI, is fundamentally grounded in mathematics, with mathematical principles serving as its essential foundation and offering the tools and methodologies necessary for AI to operate. AI algorithms, which empower machines to learn, make decisions, and solve problems, are constructed upon mathematical concepts. Linear algebra, through the use of vectors and matrices, enables AI systems to efficiently represent and manage large datasets. Calculus, particularly derivatives and gradient descent, plays a vital role in training AI models such as neural networks by minimizing errors and fine-tuning model parameters. Probability and statistics equip AI systems to handle uncertainty, analyze data, and make informed predictions. A common misconception in mathematics is that you will always understand how you reach the answer. However, this is true for earthly mathematics, but not necessarily when engaging with mathematics through divine guidance. In Isaiah 55:9, the Lord declares that his ways and thoughts are higher than ours, suggesting that sometimes God may conceal the process leading to a mathematical solution. It is only upon arriving at the answer that one can trace the path back to the question for full insight and understanding. When solving mathematics with the Lord, there may be times when the answer isn't immediately apparent, which is okay. Similar to the situation Philip encountered in John 6:1-13, where God's mathematics led to an astonishing result, feeding a vast crowd that was made up of 5,000 men, excluding women and children with just 5 loaves and 2 fish, a feat human calculation deemed impossible. This illustrates that when you humble your mathematical understanding before the Lord, he can reveal solutions that surpass human comprehension, sometimes even beyond your own understanding. Another widespread myth is that there is only one best way to solve mathematical problems. This isn't entirely accurate, as illustrated in Genesis 26:1-2. When Isaac faced a famine similar to the one his father Abraham experienced, he initially considered going to Egypt to escape the famine, just as Abraham had done. However, God instructed him to stay, and Isaac prospered by doing so. This highlights that mathematical problems can be solved using various methods, each reflecting personal creativity and originality. There is no single best approach. Mathematics is deeply personal, and the best method is the one that an individual finds most comfortable. Thus, instead of relying on a one-size-fits-all solution, combining different strategies and practicing consistently are essential for effectively solving math problems. It's important to focus on understanding the problem, breaking it down into smaller parts, visualizing it with diagrams if necessary, and applying the appropriate formulas or methods. For example, the number 5 can be represented in numerous ways using addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division in different contexts. The notion that math is done by working intensely until you get an answer isn't entirely accurate. Although perseverance and concentrated effort are often necessary for solving mathematical problems, it's not solely about relentless effort. Successful problem solving in mathematics typically involves a combination of focused work, strategic breaks, and the exploration of different approaches. Allowing time for your mind to process information by taking breaks is essential. Stepping away from a problem and returning with a fresh perspective can yield new insights and solutions. Even God demonstrated the importance of rest on the seventh day of creation, taking a break to pause. Following his rest, he continued to visit Adam in the garden during the cool of the day to check on things and provide guidance. Instead of working intensely to the point of frustration when seeking a solution to a mathematics problem, engaging in group study is a more effective option. Group study offers numerous benefits, such as providing diverse perspectives, enhancing understanding through collaboration, improving communication skills, and fostering teamwork. Collaborating with others can increase motivation and make the learning process more enjoyable. Clearly explaining mathematical concepts to peers helps solidify one's own understanding and builds confidence in expressing complex ideas. Collaborative problem solving makes math more engaging and enjoyable as students collectively tackle challenges and celebrate their achievements. Moreover, group study can alleviate the sense of isolation some students feel when working alone, with the social aspect of group learning further boosting motivation. The belief that mathematics isn't entirely relevant to real life is a myth. In Genesis 6:14-16, God used mathematical terms to provide Noah with detailed instructions for constructing a large boat known as the Ark on earth. This ark was built to safeguard Noah and his family from the great flood that engulfed the earth. Today, replicas of Noah's Ark can be found around the world. With the application of mathematical knowledge, engineers are now able to design cruise ships that navigate globally. These ships are predominantly used for leisure and recreational travel, providing passengers with vacation experiences that include accommodations, dining, entertainment, and a variety of onboard activities. Additionally, other types of ships have been developed for maritime transportation of goods between nations and for military purposes, such as engaging in warfare. Mathematics is commonly applied in understanding and calculating the calorie content of our food. Nutritional labels utilize mathematical principles to display energy values, while portion control and recipe development also involve mathematical calculations. Math is essential for interpreting food labels regarding calories. It's employed in determining the total calorie content of a serving, understanding the percentage of calories derived from different macronutrients, and making informed decisions about portion sizes and daily calorie intake. In gym class, mathematics is frequently used to track performance, measure progress, and devise strategies for gameplay. Examples include counting repetitions, calculating scores, measuring distances, and analyzing game statistics. By integrating math with physical activities, motivation can be enhanced, and learning in both areas can be improved. Math assists in setting realistic and measurable fitness goals, such as losing a specific amount of weight, increasing strength, or improving endurance. Athletes and trainers utilize math to analyze data from fitness trackers and other monitoring devices, gaining insights into performance and making informed, data-driven decisions. Numerous home improvement projects depend on basic math. Tasks such as installing flooring or tiles, painting a room, building a deck, and even undertaking simple landscaping projects require calculations of area, perimeter, and volume. These calculations are crucial for making precise material estimations and ensuring correct installation. For example, when tiling, it is necessary to calculate the area of the space to be covered and the dimensions of each tile to determine the quantity of tiles required. As we conclude today's class, keep in mind that the common myths about mathematics are baseless. Therefore, don't allow anything or anyone to discourage or impede your eagerness to learn mathematics. Make sure to join us for next week's class, where we'll delve into the origins of mathematics using the Bible, God's textbook, as our guide. Thank you for watching. Get your ebook copies at www.profgoksbooks.store and order your paperback versions on Amazon.com. Stay tuned for episode 1 of season 3 of our book as we further explore how God teaches mathematics.